Chiefs Kingdom, take a breath, because this might be one of the most important breakdowns of the entire season. We're talking about a game that didn't just stretch into overtime. It rattled the entire AFC picture and triggered an NFL review that could lead to nearly $70,000 in fines. This is serious Kansas City Chiefs news, and whether Sunday left you fired up or completely drained, you'll want to hear every part of this because the league's decision could come as early as this week. And depending on how those calls come down, it could shift the storylines for the Chiefs, the Colts, and the AFC playoff race. What a ride this one was. Chiefs 23, Colts 20 overtime. A game Kansas City absolutely had to win. A survival moment. A reminder that the Chiefs weren't ready to slide out of the playoff hunt after dropping 2 straight. Patrick Mahomes threw for 352 yards on 29 of 46 passing. No touchdowns through the air and 1 interception. It wasn't the cleanest game of his career, but he still dragged this team across the line. You could feel everything he played through. The heart, the grit, the frustration, and honestly the punishment. He took too many hits, and those hits are exactly why the NFL is now reviewing 6 separate plays that could total $69,558 in fines. That is not routine. That is the league saying they saw something they didn't like. But to really understand this, you have to rewind. From the opening snap, the tension was heavy. The Chiefs came in backed against the wall. The Colts came in hot, winners of 5 of their last 6, playing loose and confident. And the moment the ball left the tee, it felt like a fight more than a football game. Every catch was contested. Every Mahomes scramble looked like a race against chaos. Every time he hit the ground, you could feel the entire fan base hold its breath. 2 hits define the tone, depending on who you ask. The roughing the passer calls on Grover Stewart and Liata Latu. Both came late. Both came after Mahomes let the ball go. Both drew immediate flags, and now both are sitting under the NFL's microscope. Roughing the passer fines usually land around $17,000 each for a first offense, which means Stewart and Latu together could account for more than $34,000. And watching those hits unfold, they didn't look like normal football contact. They felt unnecessary. They felt avoidable. It felt like Mahomes was being targeted, and Chiefs fans felt every bit of that. The moment he hit the turf after that late shove, social media went wild. Fans were angry. Analysts couldn't agree. What everyone did agree on was that this game crossed lines. But those weren't the only plays the league flagged for review. There were 3 face mask penalties, 2 on the Colts, 1 on the Chiefs. Each carries a fine of just under $6,000. If all 3 hold, that totals more than $17,000. And every one of those penalties changed momentum. They weren't small moments. They altered drives and added to the sense that this game was sliding into something chaotic. Then came the blindside block called on Kingsley Suamataia in the 4th quarter. The league treats that penalty just as seriously as roughing the passer, with the same potential fine attached. Add that to the earlier numbers, and suddenly you have one of the largest fine totals from a single Chiefs game in years. 6 plays, 6 judgments, 6 chances for the league to say something went too far. None of these potential fines affect the Chiefs' record or cap space, but they absolutely affect perception. And perception affects officiating, media conversations, and how games are called down the stretch. If Mahomes keeps taking late hits without strong consequences, that sets a dangerous tone. If the Chiefs keep getting flagged at a higher rate, that shifts how referees treat 50-50 contact. For a team fighting its way back above the playoff line, this matters. The Colts came in confident. They weren't backing down. They challenged the Chiefs physically, and Kansas City matched it. Barely. But through all the pressure and all the hits, Mahomes kept getting up. He kept firing. He kept leading. That is why this team is still alive. This wasn't a pretty win. It was a character win. The kind of win teams look back on later and point to as a turning point. So let me ask you, did the Colts cross the line with those hits on Mahomes? Should the NFL bring down the full fine total? Should they go even stronger? Or was this simply football at its rawest? As for the big picture, this win saved the Chiefs from a deep hole. Dropping to 5-6 would have sent this season spinning. Instead, Mahomes carried the weight. Razy Rice and Hollywood Brown delivered late. Travis Kelce made clutch plays. The defense held up when it had to, and Harrison Butker stayed perfect. Now everything shifts to adjustments, health, execution, and yes, the league's decision. Because like it or not, Officiating becomes part of the story in every tight playoff race. The accountability report drops Saturday. We'll soon know who gets fined and how the league views quarterback protection going forward. One more thing I want your take on. If the fines come back lighter than expected, should the Chiefs speak out? Should Andy Reid or Mahomes push back? Or should the team stay quiet and answer with their play? Part of me wants to see Mahomes respond next week with 4 touchdowns and remind the AFC how dangerous he is when he's pushed. For now, we wait and watch. The Chiefs are still alive, still dangerous, and still the team no one wants to see in January. Drop your takes in the comments and join the road to 5,000 subs here on Kansas City Chiefs Today.